Ideology is not just people's ideas about the world and society or false knowledge, but the way in which people live their attitude to the conditions of their existence. It refers not to consciousness, but to the unconscious. Ideology is associated with the emotional dimensions of human existence, with phenomena of fear and hope. Since ideology functions unconsciously, it is outside of history. Ideology is transhistorical, eternal, and will exist even in a communist society. The notion that ideology can disappear is utopian. Humans are ideological creatures. Ideology is as eternal as the Freudian unconscious. According to Althusser, the ideological state apparatus are institutional spaces in which ideology lives, performing the function of coercion. A specific ideology in the apparatus is always the ideology of the ruling class. Here we can clearly see how ideological state apparatuses in the form of popular culture reproduce and strengthen the existing social structure of capitalist society. In the popular TV series Game of Thrones, while the authors deliberately articulate the banal problem of slavery, which of course can be solved only by a revolutionary white man, in this case a white blonde woman, real exploitation is not problematized. In fact, wildlings, nomads and unsullied become the real instrument of the revolutionary struggle. The feudal lords exploit them even more mercilessly than the main population in the struggle for the means of production. If we look carefully, these three groups have similar features. They themselves are not a society of the future. They really don't produce anything, and in fact cannot even breed. They are needed only in the political struggle, and then they must die, which happens in the series. First, the wildlings are brought from Siberia to fight, not in their own interests, maybe even against their will, and then, when the revolution happens, only 2% of the original population survives, which obviously will not be able to reproduce themselves again. By the way, they also fight against the proletarians in the form of the King of the Knight's Army, which actually represent a capitalistic vision of the war. Second, unsullied, who simply cannot reproduce. They were born and raised to fight for the revolution. Then at last there are the nomads who stupidly died by attacking the King of the Knight's Army. They weren't able to fight such a war, but the rulers didn't care because those who are not capable of production must die, and because such a future society isn't needed by capitalist production. Regarding the confrontation with the main threat, the army of the King of the Night, as always, the decisive act that defeats all evil is the blow that comes from a representative of the princely family, not the brave act of some nameless proletarian. This example perfectly shows how people reproduce and normalize the existing ideology and class structures of society. Thanks to J.R.R. Martin, we will wait for the books.
Good lands south of the wall. The Night's Watch will let you through the tunnel and allow your people to farm those lands.